Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to go and do a very basic introduction to Excel. One of the assignments, one of the things that we need to do actually that's coming up very shortly is we're going to be doing an item analysis on our midterms, and this is a way that will help you do this. Also, the other thing with this is also something that we are going. One of the goals of the technology training program is that people are going to actually be able to demonstrate that they've actually acquired skills, and this would be a very good new technology skill a lot of people could use. All right, so what I want to do is I want to talk about the basic interface of Excel. All right, and if you take a look at it, it's, you've got your Microsoft Excel Book 2, File, same as it is in Word, Save As, all those other things, edit, copy and paste, all sorts of different things that can learn. Format, cells and rows, and all sorts of things. Now we're going to talk about how those things work as we go along. All right, but what I want to do now is I want to actually set up a spreadsheet, and I want to actually show you what the different parts actually are. Now you notice there are letters running across the top like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those represent columns, okay? In other words, a column is a downward series of data. All right, down the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way down to infinity. Those are actual rows, okay? And so each one of these little squares is called a cell, and it represents a column and a row. Now, if you actually will look here, you'll notice that this up in the corner, this is column A1. This one is D4, column D, row 4, D4. All right, and that's basically it. Now, actually, if you want to go to a specific row, you can a cell, you could actually type it in, say F5, boom, enter, and it brings you to F5. This here, this thing where it says FX, is actually the formula bar. Okay, that is where you can actually enter information in the form of a formula. All right, so that's basically what we have here. Now, I want to show you a couple of things that you can do. All right, I'm going to just type in the number 1. All right, and if I wanted 1 to go all the way down the first column, I could actually click, and now you cannot see this, but there's a blocky white arrow. When I drag it down to the corner, it turns to a small, it turns from a blocky white X or cross to a small black cross. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to drag it down, and you notice it fills in 1 all the way down. Okay, and actually I could also do the same thing going across, boom, and it fills in 1 all the way across. That's a drag fill. Okay, one of the things I can do is actually I'm going to just delete all of this stuff. I'm going to click on the corner, that highlights the whole sheet, and I'm going to hit delete. I can also put in a sequence. For instance, 1, 2, that's a sequence. And it's very simple. You take the first number in the cell before you add 1. I can do a drag fill that will actually, it calculates what the sequence is, and now, before where it did all 1s, now it'll put in the sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, like that. I can go over here, and I can put in a different number, say 7. All right. And again, if I were to drag it straight down, it assumes that I want to put 7 into all of these. However, if I set up a series, say 7 minus 2 is 5, it will figure out what that series is. Now let's see if it does it. Yep, 7 minus 2 is 5, 3, 1, negative numbers, and it keeps on going up like that. Okay, so the drag fill is a very useful way of filling in data quickly, data that does follow some sort of sequence. Okay, we all have learned all about sequences just recently. Now, another thing I can do, and this is a very helpful tool, is I can actually put in a sum. I can add up all the numbers in a column or a row simply by hitting the sum key. Now, for those of you, the letter sigma, which looks like a very square kind of pointy kind of Greek E, is right up here in the column, and it's called the auto sum. If I click on it, it highlights, boom, and the total number of all these numbers from A1 to A11 is 66. And actually, if you look, I'm going to click on 66, and if you look up here in the toolbar, whoops, you'll notice it says sum, open parenthesis, A1 to A11. All right. Now, whoops. Okay, I just screwed that up real big time. All right. Let's try that again. Sigma. Boom. All right. One of the things you may notice when I click on the sum key, Beth used to call them the marching ants, that little dotted line shows up. If it doesn't grab everything you want, you can actually draw that in yourself. Now, I could click over here and type in sigma as well, or there's a simple way of doing it. I can do a drag fill, and this is called a relative drag fill, where when I drag this over to here, it says, okay, well, if you wanted to sum column A, you must want to sum column B, and boom, it sums column B. All right. Now, there is one other trick I want to show you. It's how to enter a formula, and that's going to be very, very helpful in a minute when we get to the next part of the tutorial. When you type in a formula, you're going to type in equals, and then you click on the cells that you want to manipulate. I want to multiply the information in cell A with the information in cell B. So I click on A1, and then I say, okay, I'm going to multiply that by what's in B1. And when I hit enter, 1, you see, you get this number, 1 times 7 equals 7. What happens in the next cell? If you're paying attention, you probably know it's going to be what's in cell 2, or A2, B2 equals this. And if you look up here at the formula, you can see A2 times B2 equals 10. All right, and now all I want to do is if I want to drag that formula down, I can go like this, boom, and that gives you my formula. All right, and that's basically all we have to do. Okay, that's all I'm talking about in this tutorial is the different concepts, what a column is, what a row is, what a cell is, okay, what a drag fill does, what a relative drag fill does. Okay, the relative drag fill will always just do the same operation on each cell, okay, but just one more cell down. Okay, and that's basically it for this part.